My today's guest says, "Gar mere saath dard na hote, to मैं क्या होता? लोग खुदगर्ज ना होते, तो मैं क्या होता? शुक्रिया उसका जिसने मझधार में छोड़ा, गर जो साथ निभाया होता, तो मैं कहाँ होता?" Very deep lines, deep thoughts. And the person that I am with today, I am privileged to be with him, I am honored to be with him. आपने शायद उनका नाम कई बार सुना होगा और Google searches में भी देखा होगा. I'll tell you who the person is. Hi, I am Arthi Karthik. Welcome to House the Josh. आज मेरे साथ जो जोशीले इंसान है, वो है मेजर डीपी. Hi, Major DP.
Hello, ma'am. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, Major DP. Thank you so much for taking out time and speaking to me. So, Major DP, you say that my life started when I was declared dead in war, which is Kargil. How was that moment, and how have all the other moments been after that?
Within very fraction of seconds, I became unconscious due to the impact of the mortar blast. And then the journey started courtesy my boys, who played on their life to save me.
Yeah.
The 7 Dogra boys. And of course, later on, all the medic teams, my regimental medical officer, Captain Joshi, and the hospitals, and in the hospital, the doctors, the nurses, and all the medic teams, and unknown Indians who gave me blood, who revived me. So, if you see, the life is being donated to me by all of them.
Your second life is a gift by them to you.
Exactly.
तो तब से अब तक, I mean, I'm sure challenges बहुत रहे होंगे. You've been a single parent. So, how has been the bond with your son, and what are the challenges that you faced?
The difficult part of being a single parent as a father, as that people say that it's difficult for a father to become mother. But I know that when he is out, even as a father, I am worried like a mother whether he has eaten on time or not, or whether he is eating correct or not. So I feel it's a parental instinct which does not relate to any gender.
So true.
But the difficulty arises when, as a single parent, you need to be on one side little stern to convey the message that this should be done this way, this is the correct method of handling the situation of life. And the kid is little disturbed because of you. Or you are little disturbed because of kid. And then you only have to go from a side and tell him that in such moments, the best way to handle is to hug each other.
Yeah, I think that's the best solution.
In a normal scenario, either the parent becomes angry or not happy with the kid, the other parent helps that role. In my case, I only have to play both the roles. Of course, injuries play a little disturbance also because the topsy-turvy life, due to the impact of injuries and side effect of injuries, does not allow me to be very, very organized in my life. Say for example, if I am disturbed because the night was disturbed because of the pains of the shrapnel and I could not sleep well, I myself will not be able to get up in time. So I cannot tell my son to get up at time. So at times I feel bad that perhaps as a parent I am missing out on those things. But then that's a part of life.
I think even when both the set of parents are there, तभी भी ऐसा होता है. It is not about being a single parent, but I just met your son and he's such a handsome guy and with a lovely voice.
Yeah.
So what is he doing now?
He is in third year graduation. He is doing his BCom from DAV Chandigarh.
Okay.
Otherwise, he is a footballer, cyclist, and fitness.
तो आपके कुछ गुण तो उसमें आएंगे?
At least I am happy that not all the time he is on mobile. He is on ground also, so that keeps the thing in balance.
Yeah. So talking about balance, you are juggling with so many things. You have done. I cannot even count. You know, ये पीछे जो आपके certificates लगे हैं सब बता रहे हैं आप कितने बड़े achiever हैं. How do you get that strength and perseverance and the motivation always? कि you know everything has to be 100 and 100 and 100. सबकी count equal होती है. To achieve something, and you've achieved so much. How do you do that?
Well, to tell you, for a person with disability, not just for me, for any person with disability, it is not even 100. A person has to put in 150 or 180 or 200% to come to a par to reach to the level of success what he or she wants to achieve in his life. But as far as I am concerned, I feel it is my sheer desperation to keep the quality of life alive. Keeps me on my toes to not to just get compromised by the situation or the circumstances of the life. So that keeps me charged up to come what may, bounce back and do your best, whatever best you can do. It may not be best as per the definition of best, but it is good for me. It is best from my perspective, which may change from time to time.
The best possible by you at any given time.
Exactly, and I think one should not get bothered by the benchmark set by anybody else, because the best competition, the biggest competition is with self only.
So true.
So I try to compete with myself. At times I fail, at times I sham out, at times I bounce back, and that's a life.
So you've been coined as the first Blade Runner of India. जब आप Blade Runner बने, जब आपने सोचा that I'm going to do this, and you became the first one in India to do that, what was the kind of preparation mentally, I would ask?
Well, before that, the initial 3 half marathons which I ran had already happened. Because Blade running tag came in the 4th half marathon when Indian Army, seeing my achievements on ground in running marathons, imported the blade in 2011 for me. And I take pride in sharing that I was a veteran. I'm still a veteran, and for a veteran they imported the first blade which came to India for anybody, ever anyone. So the preparation happened in 2009 when I ran my first half marathon on the normal walking leg.
Okay.
So since then I was, as far as fitness is concerned, I was little bit better off from what I was when I was not at all running. But blade was altogether a different ball game. I did used to get injured a bit because of the abrasions by normal prosthesis. But blade gave me, different type of injuries. Those injuries were like peeling off skin and open wounds.
Okay.
That was because of the rubbing of skin inside the socket and the high impact of running like a normal guy. So that if you are doing continuously for 2.5 hours, 2 hours 40 minutes, the time which I used to take for covering 21 kilometers, skin used to come out from various places out of my stump. So the result was that after every run, I used to be in bandages for about 10-15 days.
Okay.
Not able to wear even a normal leg. That did pose a challenge for me. However, that challenge was also need to be answered. So the best part was that I was trying to to become injury free after every run by trying out various jugards, because nobody had the answer to make me injury.
कौन सा जुगाड़ काम आया? कुछ आया काम?
हाँ आया ना. वो मेरे अपने जुगाड़ ही जो काम आए वो इस लेवल का जुगाड़ था कि व्हेन आई वाज इनवाइटेड टू यूएस टू फिट मी prosthesis by one of the best prosthetists in the world, Kevin Carroll. Even his idea failed on me because there are 23 shrapnels on my stump.
Okay.
And so many injuries, so many wound marks. A shrapnel is under patella. So the normal fitment which they can fit to anybody else does not suit me.
Doesn't work for you.
And over that, the activity is super high type half marathon. So what he had planned for me that he will fit a particular type of processes for me did not work well. So my jugaad only I told him let's do this way and maybe a little bit of improvement over this can help. So even today I am working, running or walking and doing things with the same jugaad. But what I wanted to tell you that even to try out that jugaad, there was a challenge for me that when I was practicing for every half marathon, I knew that in a normal scenario, once I complete 10 to 11 kilometers mark, the abrasion of the skin reached to a level that it converts into injury. So if the jugaad is not happening, is not solving the problem, then the practice should not be more than 10 to 11 kilometers.
Okay.
So that I don't get injured and do not perform in.
तो अभी over a period of so many years, अभी आपने reduce किया है अपना?
हाँ, तो उसके बाद वो 3-4 बार ट्राई किया. the final trial used to happen in the final half marathon only, which was a competitive marathon.
Okay.
उसमें पहली बार फिर चोट लगी, दूसरी बार फिर चोट लगी, तीसरी बार जाके फिर चोट लगी, चौथी बार में जो जुगाड़ फाइनली कुछ ना कुछ रिटर्न ट्रायल से ठीक हो गया. After that, those open wounds never used to happen. Little bit of abrasions is part of it.
Amazing.
But at least not the open wounds.
Tell me, as a veteran, Podge has supported you, like you said. They imported the first ever.
Absolutely.
Right? You think that veterans in today's date are facing certain kind of challenges who are physically disabled, and is something being done about it? What are you doing? I'm sure you're also doing a lot of things for them as well. So what is it that is being done for them?
Well, as far as doing is concerned, a lot of things which I could put in my efforts along with the then Raksha Mantri, Mr. Manohar Parrikar, and the then Chief General General Rawat. One particular thing was trying to handle the arena of mental health. So there was a lot of effort put in by me to arise the awareness towards PTSD and the psychological impact on veterans and soldiers for getting exposed to the tough and barbaric condition which they get exposed to. So the good part is that at least now there are clinical psychologists in our military hospitals. हाँ, तो इसीलिए मैं खुले दिमाग से बोलता हूँ खुले हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे that I do face the psychological issues. I had faced the psychiatrists also, I had faced the psychological issues also, and there is nothing wrong in that.
But you have come out victorious, isn't it? After everything.
So maybe perhaps somewhere I believe in spirituality, and of course I take help of our and the yoga, the pranayam and stuff like that. I keep exploring those areas because I had, as I mentioned in the beginning, I had promised with myself that I will never compromise the quality of my life. But that's not possible for everybody and anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
So it should be done in a organized manner on the level of a nation.
Major DP, you have so many firsts to your credit. लेकिन free fall वाला experience कैसा था?
That was out of the world type of experience. Seriously, when I did my first jump, You may laugh over it. मुझे बाकी किसी चीज़ का डर नहीं लग रहा था. मैंने बहुत सारे वीडियो देखे थे जिसमें वो जब जंप करते हैं तो गाल हिलते रहते हैं. So I was thinking that how do they breathe in here? So as silly of me, I even asked that question to the instructor. I said, ये सांस कैसे लेते हैं? हो जाता है.
सांस अपने आप आ जाती है. Okay.
Then the moment you step out of the aircraft now, all fear goes off. And you enjoy it. I mean, it was like free fall initially that you are. It's like however high you can fly in the life. Finally, you
आना नीचे ही आना होता है. So, talking about difficulty, you have faced all kinds of difficulties in your life. Now you're a motivational speaker. जब आप जाते हैं और जब आप अपनी talks देते हैं, what is that takeaway which you want people to have once they listen to you?
The most important takeaway is hope. And that comes out from the thought that everything happens for some good. Individually and momentarily, when we observe some particular incident of life in a journey, we may feel that that point of the time was not good for me. However, when you see holistically, so then you realize that had that bad thing not happened, so-called bad thing not happened, I would not have reached here. So you need to relate the whole life journey. So if you ask me what is the best thing happened in my life till today, it is because it is that I got injured. Had I not got injured, I wouldn't have reached to various levels and heights and
you wouldn't have explored yourself properly, the different dimensions to your personality.
Nothing could have happened in my life. So that's the reason, in fact, I joke about it. However, I mean it also. I do thank that soldier of Pakistan Army who threw that bomb on me. He changed the life. So why should I feel bad about it? So this is something, if you understand the perspective of life, that things are not happening right or wrong. It is right or wrong as per your wish in those moments.
At that moment.
Things are happening right only. If it is not as per your wish, it is allowing you to go solo and build yourself. If you are getting some support, then you are getting some support. So both ways you should be happy. So if this perspective is understood by anybody and everybody, then the life becomes smooth. Challenges will be there, but then you know how to handle the challenges, why the challenge is coming. In fact, lucky people are the one who are getting challenges in life. Because they are getting the opportunity to improve oneself, to build yourself internally strong is the whole purpose of life. If you are strong enough, then you can face anything.
Talking about life, there's this wall of fame that you call, which is in Shantana Museum.
Exactly.
Yeah, in your regimental center. That's a big achievement again.
Very true.
वहाँ पर होना आपके लिए सबसे ज़्यादा, I think, inspirational और proud होता होगा.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? So, what is the message that you want to give those boys?
See, on every platform wherever I get, whether it is an interview or whether it is a motivational talk, I convey my gratitude to all those stretcher bearers and the unit boys and the medics who helped me to bail out of me from that situation. It is the effort of those boys that I am doing something. So my message to every soldier is that if you are soldiering, then in those moments don't think about self. They did not think about self. That's why everything happened. And this is what is being taught by the Chatwood motto also. Self comes in the end at last.
Yes.
So as a soldier, one should worry about country, flag and izzat. And this is what we do. Every soldier does so. Sure. I don't need to tell them anything about that. It's just a revision I am doing.
So tell me, how was the experience of KBC?
2 phone calls which were very surprising for me. KBC phone call came out of the blue. One day I was resting on bed and the boy says that we want your consent to call you, invite you on KBC. I said, you want my consent? Go ahead. Similarly, the another phone call which I always feel good about is the first phone call of Mr. Manoj Parikar. In the same fashion, I was resting on bed on one of the weekends when his call came and he was like trying to make me understand that he's the defense minister. The first thing was that, is it Major DP Singh? Unknown number, no? I said, yes, please. I am Parikar. I said, who Parikar? Not in a rude fashion, but I asked him, who Parikar? He said, I am Manoj Parikar. I still did not understand. Then I asked him again. I was like, quiet. He said, I am Defense Minister Manoj Parikar. This was the type of a man he was.
So how was the experience of KBC? Once you received the call, जब आपको विश्वास हो गया?
Yeah, so अभी वो बोल तो दिया, consent तो दे दिया. Now the difficult part was that you are a soldier and they are inviting you as a soldier. You can't falter there. I mean, you can't do कि दूसरे क्वेश्चन में बाहर निकल के आ गए. I was worried about that. I said, and I was after their life, that boy, yaar, what is to be prepared? You help me out, tell me. Finally, he also got what he said, start preparing for IAS. I said, come on, yaar, IAS की पढ़ाई करें.
Then how much did you win?
So we went up to 50 lakhs.
Wow.
In fact, the time got over, otherwise we would have gone to the next question also.
अरे वाह, amazing.
50 फिर donated to ACW.
So tell me about the other initiatives that you have taken. एक cycling वाला आपका एक initiative है.
So I do have an NGO by the name of the Challenging Ones. We call it TCO, the Challenging One. So that I started way back after my first Blade run in 2011. Those were the days when amputees were living a hidden life. Nobody was exposing themselves. So it was like, and the support system was also not very good.
Exactly. I think it's all about the support system.
Exactly, and the prosthesis, I already told you, used to leave me injured badly. So whereas I did have some inclination to go to Paralympics, but I realized that the type of injuries I have, the type of injuries I am getting in the run will not allow me to focus and prepare well. And more than that, the thought that the overall scenario is bad motivated me to do something on a larger scale. It could not have been a difficult task for me to go to Paralympic and win a medal or something. That's not a big deal. But more than that, it was required and important to do something at a larger scale to change the lifestyle of persons with disability.
Okay.
So I started off this group as a self-help support group where I thought that whatever I did for learning or coming out of the injuries or living a life in a normal manner should not be reinvented by anybody and everybody who loses a limb. So that information was to be provided. So that platform was created as a Facebook initially, then WhatsApp, etc. And we are connected on social media. And to inspire each other and give a peer support group, help to the family and the person. Now over a period of time, the change is so much happened that people are living a normal life. They are walking in skirts and shorts, exposing their prostheses. So much so that there was a girl who did her marriage on crutches, walking on crutches.
Wow, yes.
Not bothered
I remember that, yes.
She was not bothered about anything. So this was required to be initiated. And this is what TCO, the Challenging One, has done over a period of time.
Okay.
We are unlike a regular NGO where you are giving some support, financial or something. It is the attitude which we change by using sports as a medium.
But that's such a wonderful thought. You are making people do two things. Getting out and also doing something.
So there are various such examples. If I quote one boy was on the verge of doing suicide, and I made him run in one of the marathons in Kochi. So for him it was the first such effort. 5 kilometer I initiated it for him. So he was very much worried to come out in shorts. He said, "Can I wear a tracksuit and come?" I said, "No." This discussion or this talk was happening at night prior to the run day. I said, "No, not only you will come in shorts, but also you will remove all the cosmetic covering from the prosthesis. So that let people understand and see you the way you are, and you should take pride about it."
That's so amazing.
So he did that, and then he completed the 5 km run also. After that, selfies and your motivation and stuff like that, and clappings and whatnot has happened. So his life changed.
His view has changed about life.
I did not change anything. I just pushed him. He changed his life himself by accepting that fact. And today he is a tricyclist,
Amazing.
triathlete, swimmer, cyclist, runner, and whatnot. He has achieved success in life. So this is a matter of attitude, and it does not relate to being a person with disability or a normal person. If your attitude is correct, as I told in one of the answers also, the perspective towards life should be that everything is happening for some good.
Exactly. So tell me, talking about good, one best thing with you is your son. So I want you to give a message to him through my show.
He shows maturity and calmness and balance to handle at times me. I was not that mature in his age. And perhaps that is what happens when you... I saw different type of difficulties, and that gave me different type of maturity. He saw me in a different type of difficult manner, and he learned a different type of maturity. This is how every life is unique.
Yeah, that way. Major DP, thank you so much for the amazing talk, and for making me learn personally today that it is not just about you. You can always include every possible person whose life you can change. So think beyond yourself is my takeaway today from you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
God bless. Keep smiling.
Thank you. Well, if I start to talk about my takeaways today, one of which I already shared with Major DP, there are so many more. एक इंसान क्या कुछ नहीं कर सकता अगर वो डिसाइड कर लेता है, अगर वो अपना मन बना लेता है. आज के इस एपिसोड में आई एम श्योर आपने भी बहुत कुछ सीखा होगा. You must have had so many takeaways. Thank you so much for being with me on my show. Please like, comment and subscribe my channel. This is me, Arthi Karthik saying thank you so much.